Hello everyone, got 4 dirty jokes for you today. So a husband was on a work trip when he decides to call his wife at home. A woman the husband doesn't recognize picks up the phone. "Who is this?" asks the husband. "I'm the maid." "I was hired yesterday," says the maid. "Okay, could you put my wife on the phone?" asks the husband. "No, she's busy screwing with someone in the room upstairs," replies the maid. Enraged, the husband tells the maid that if she strangles both the wife and the other man, she'll be given $10,000. The husband hears the screams and the sounds of a struggle upstairs, and then the maid comes back down to the phone. "Okay, now dump the bodies in the pool," the husband instructs. "What pool?" the maid asks, in confusion. "Whoops, wrong number." So an Englishman, a Frenchman, and a Russian are standing in a museum looking at a painting of Adam and Eve frolicking in the Garden of Eden. The three stare at it intently. "Look at their reserve, their calm," muses the British man. "They must be British." The three of them ponder this possibility for a moment before the Frenchman and the Russian shake their heads in disagreement. "Nonsense," says the Frenchman. "They're naked and so beautiful, enjoying the best of life. Clearly they are French." The Brit and Russian agree on this point, but after a moment the Russian shakes his head again. "No clothes, no shelter," he muses. "Also, they have only an apple to eat, but they're told this is paradise. They are clearly Russian." So 2 men pause their round of golf to smoke a cigar. One pulls out a matchbox while the other pulls the biggest lighter you've ever seen out of his golf bag and proceeds to light his cigar. The other man stares, laughs, and says, "Holy moly, that's the biggest lighter I've ever seen. It must be a foot long. That's hysterical. Where did you get it?" "Well," the first man sighs, "it's a long story. We have hours ahead of us," pointed out his golf companion. All right, surrendered the first man. "Thing is, I found a magic lamp while practicing the other day, and the genie gave it to me." The second man is skeptical and laughs, just to have the first man pull an old oil lamp out of his bag. Intrigued, the second man rubs it, and sure enough, a genie pops out and offers a wish. The second man doesn't think twice. "I want $1,000,000. The genie nods, snaps his fingers, then disappears into a wisp of smoke. For a few minutes, nothing. Then, suddenly, a rumble in the distance. The rumble gets louder and louder, when suddenly the skies darken and a flock of ducks flies over. There are hundreds, no thousands of them. For 10 minutes straight the sun is blocked out, and everyone is holding their ears to protect from the sound of 1,000,000 ducks quacking. Suddenly, as quickly as it started, it ended. As the sound slowly faded away, and as the last few straggling ducks flew over, the men looked around at all the carnage, duck poop everywhere, golfing gear lying scattered as other golfers ran for cover. Astounded, the second man says, "What the hell was that? I asked for $1,000,000, not 1,000,000 ducks." Yeah, he's a bit hard of hearing. His friend sighs. "Did you really think I wished for a 12-inch bic?" So it was a beautiful day in a big national park in Canada. A park ranger is giving some ramblers a warning about bears. Brown bears are usually harmless, he says with a smile. They avoid contact with humans, so we suggest you attach small bells to your rucksacks and give the bears time to get out of your way. His tone turns serious. However, grizzly bears are extremely dangerous. If you see any grizzly bear droppings, leave the area immediately. So how do we know if they're grizzly bear droppings? Asks one of the ramblers. It's easy, replies the ranger. They're full of small bells.